Welcome to Dolphin Dive Daily, your go-to spot for everything Miami Dolphins. If you bleed aqua and orange, hit that subscribe button and join the pod. The Miami Dolphins made a move that has fans talking, though not necessarily jumping for joy, by signing veteran cornerback Cornell Armstrong for a second stint with the franchise. Armstrong, who was originally drafted by the Dolphins in the 6th round of the 2018 NFL Draft, is making his return to South Florida after a journey that's taken him across the league. From practice squads to starting lineups, the announcement came via his agent Brett Tesler, who shared the news on Twitter X, catching fans off guard as many were expecting a bigger name to join the Dolphins secondary. But the team clearly sees something in Armstrong, or at the very least, a stopgap to patch up the depth chart in the wake of recent injuries. While this isn't the blockbuster cornerback acquisition some were hoping for, it's another piece in a complex puzzle the Dolphins are trying to solve ahead of the 2024 season. Armstrong's journey back to Miami isn't just a football transaction. It's a full-circle story that began 6 years ago, when the Dolphins took a chance on a promising prospect out of Southern Miss in his rookie year. He appeared in 15 games, logging 8 tackles. While those numbers didn't exactly turn heads, his hustle and work ethic were enough to put him on the radar. Unfortunately, Armstrong was waived before the 2019 season began, sending him into the NFL's version of limbo, where he bounced around practice squads and depth charts. The Dolphins' decision to bring him back speaks volumes about their familiarity with his character and potential contribution, even if it's in a supporting role. It's a reminder that sometimes the league comes full circle, and a second chance can be all a player needs to reignite his career, or at the very least, keep the dream alive a little longer. His most recent regular season action came back in 2022 with the Atlanta Falcons, where he appeared in 9 games and even cracked the starting lineup in 4 of them. He recorded 33 total tackles and defended 7 passes, showing he still had enough left in the tank to hang with the competition. But that stint didn't lead to lasting success, and by 2023, Armstrong found himself relegated to the Raiders' practice squad. He spent the year training, waiting, hoping, but never seeing the field in a live NFL game. Before the 2024 season kicked off, the Raiders decided to cut ties, leaving Armstrong searching once again. The Dolphins have offered him a lifeline, a chance to prove he's more than just a stopgap, more than a body for training camp, and potentially someone who can contribute on special teams or as a reserve option. Let's not ignore the timing of this signing either. Just 1 day before Armstrong was brought in, cornerback Artie Burns suffered what's now been confirmed as an ACL tear. According to ESPN's Adam Schefter, Burns was a name in the mix for a starting spot, and while he wasn't a lock to make the roster, his injury created a vacuum in the depth chart. Enter Armstrong. Though he's not expected to replace Burns in the starting conversation, his experience and versatility, especially on special teams, make him a logical, if unspectacular, addition. It's the kind of under-the-radar move that front offices make to keep the roster balanced and functional as camp battles heat up and injuries take their toll. Armstrong may not be the solution, but he's certainly a part of the Dolphins' evolving plan to keep their defense stable. Still, Armstrong faces an uphill battle to make the 53-man roster. The Dolphins' cornerback room is crowded and competitive, featuring young talents and system-savvy names like Cam Smith, Storm Duck, and Kendall Sheffield. These are players who've spent more time within the Dolphins' defensive framework and have shown flashes of promise, particularly Smith, who the team drafted with high hopes. Armstrong's lack of recent playing time, he hasn't appeared in a regular season game in over 2 years, puts him at a distinct disadvantage. He's not walking into an empty room. He's walking into a crowded one with limited space, and he'll need to impress not just to stick around, but to even sniff a spot on the final roster. That said, stranger things have happened in camp, especially with injuries in play and special teams roles up for grabs. It's worth pointing out that this signing likely doesn't preclude the Dolphins from making additional moves at cornerback. In fact, sources indicate the team still has a standing offer out to former Buffalo Bills standout Rasul Douglas. Douglas is a proven veteran, a starter-level corner who could slide in and immediately boost the Dolphins' secondary with his experience and playmaking ability. Bringing Armstrong back is more of a depth and familiarity move, a break glass in case of emergency option rather than a solution. If Douglas does decide to accept the Dolphins' offer, the landscape of the cornerback competition could change drastically, and Armstrong's odds of making the team would shrink even further. But for now, he's in the building, he's got a jersey. And that's more than a lot of free agents can say in late July. Dolphins head coach Mike McDaniel addressed the possibility of adding a veteran cornerback just a day before Armstrong's signing. He didn't commit to anything, but his message was clear. The team is always looking, always evaluating, always leaving doors open. We're not closing the door on anything. McDaniel told reporters, there are multiple players we talk about each and every day. That kind of open-ended statement reflects the ever-fluid nature of NFL roster construction, especially during the grind of training camp, injuries, performance, chemistry. It all plays a role, and coaches have to stay flexible. McDaniel also noted that he's excited about the current group, particularly the young players who have a lot to prove. It's coach speak, sure, but it also highlights how the Dolphins are walking a line between developing talent and staying competitive in a brutal conference. There's a sentimental element to Armstrong's return that fans and even some players might appreciate. In a league where change is constant and loyalty is rare, a reunion like this can hit differently. Armstrong was drafted by the Dolphins, grew within the organization, and now has a chance to finish what he started. He's seen the highs and lows of life in the NFL, being drafted, getting cut, clawing his way onto practice squads, and now returning to the place where it all began. For a player who's spent most of his career fighting for a job, that kind of opportunity means everything. It's a shot at redemption, however small. And even if he doesn't make the final cut, the effort, perseverance, and resilience he's shown just to get back in the building deserves recognition. Stories like these are the undercurrent of every NFL season. For fans, this move probably won't move the needle, and that's okay. Not every signing has to be a blockbuster to be important. The NFL season is a war of attrition, and depth is often the difference between a good team and a great one. While Armstrong may never take a meaningful snap on defense for the Dolphins this year, his presence provides insurance and competition to things every team values. He knows the system, the environment, and what it takes to survive in the league. He's not coming in to be a savior. He's coming in to help where he can. Whether that's on the field or in the locker room, veterans like Armstrong can still bring value that isn't always measured in stats or Pro Bowl nods. Sometimes, experience and hunger are enough to carve out a role, however small it might be. In the end, Cornell Armstrong's return to the Dolphins is a reminder that the NFL is as much about second chances as it is about talent. Every roster move tells a story, and this one speaks of resilience, familiarity, and the constant quest for depth. For Armstrong, it's another chapter in a journey that's seen him battle adversity, bounce between cities, and never give up on the dream. For the Dolphins, it's a practical move to shore up a position that just took a hit with the loss of Artie Burns. It's not flashy, and it won't dominate headlines, but it's the kind of savvy, behind-the-scenes move that good teams make when no one's watching. Whether Armstrong becomes a contributor or just another camp body remains to be seen, but for now, he's back where it all began, wearing aqua and orange, chasing a dream that refuses to die. Still with us, then show some love. Hit that like button and let us know in the comments. What's your take on the Fins this week? The sports world is buzzing with a rumor that's sending shockwaves through the NFL community. Tom Brady, the legendary quarterback who stunned fans by announcing his retirement, might just be lacing up his cleats once again. The twist, it's not for some obscure comeback or a team struggling to fill a quarterback void, but to join forces with none other than Tua Tagovailoa in Miami under the Dolphins banner. Imagine the spectacle: Brady, a 7-time Super Bowl champion, stepping back onto the field, not just for nostalgia, but to mentor and potentially share snaps with Tua, a young QB whose career is still blossoming. Could this be the ultimate passing of the torch, or perhaps a masterstroke to push the Dolphins into genuine Super Bowl contention? The idea alone sparks countless debates among fans and analysts, eager to see if this reunion could shake up the AFC and rewrite the NFL's landscape once more. What if this isn't just a fleeting fantasy, but a strategic move by the Dolphins front office? Miami's been searching for that extra edge to break their playoff drought and establish themselves as perennial contenders. Adding Tom Brady to the roster wouldn't just bring experience, it'd create a marketing juggernaut, revitalizing ticket sales, merchandise, and fan engagement. The speculation goes deeper. Brady could serve as a backup, yes, but also as a mentor who's been through every scenario imaginable on the gridiron. It's a rare opportunity for Tua, who's shown flashes of brilliance but still battles consistency. Brady's presence could elevate Miami's offense to a whole new level, blending old-school precision with youthful athleticism. Could this partnership be the missing puzzle piece that finally pushes the Dolphins over the top? The NFL offseason just got a whole lot more interesting, adding fuel to the fire. Insiders whisper that Brady's decision might hinge on more than just football. Miami offers a lifestyle and climate appealing to any veteran athlete looking for a balanced final chapter to their career. Beyond the field, Brady's known for savvy business moves, and Miami's booming sports and entertainment scene could offer lucrative off-field opportunities. Rumors suggest Brady could have a dual-role player, an advisor guiding the team's younger talents while preparing for life after football. This would be an unprecedented move, blending playing duties with executive insights. If true, it would signal a new era of player management hybrids, something Miami might pioneer. Fans and analysts alike wonder if this plan is already in motion, or simply a tease from the Dolphins' PR team to stir excitement. Either way, the possibility of Brady sharing the Miami spotlight with Tua is tantalizing. Meanwhile, reactions across the league are electric, with rival teams scrambling to assess what Brady's return means for the AFC East dynamics. The Patriots, longtime Brady stomping grounds, face a strange scenario watching their former icon suit up against them. Buffalo and New York, already fierce rivals, would now contend with a Dolphins team that has the ultimate X factor, Tom Brady. Analysts are speculating if Brady's arrival might also influence free agency or trades, with players eager to join a team led by a legend on and off the field. The ripple effect could reshape rosters and strategies. At the heart of this storm is Tua Tagovailoa, whose development trajectory might skyrocket with Brady's mentorship. Could Tua finally overcome his inconsistency with Brady's veteran guidance? The NFL's power balance might be shifting, and Miami looks positioned to capitalize on this seismic change. From a coaching perspective, questions abound about how the Dolphins would handle this quarterback conundrum. Head coach Mike McDaniel, known for his innovative offense, would have to juggle the egos, play styles, and ambitions of both quarterbacks. Would Brady take a backseat role, focusing on select packages, or challenge Tua for the starting spot? The possibilities open intriguing tactical discussions. McDaniel's offense, already dynamic, could become nearly unstoppable with the quarterbacks capable of executing complex schemes. Moreover, Brady's unparalleled game management skills could complement Miami's aggressive downfield passing attack, offering a balance that no other team currently has. The coaching staff might also explore unique formations or rotate QBs based on game situations, a modern twist to traditional quarterback hierarchies. How this dual QB scenario unfolds could set a new trend in the NFL's evolution, and Miami fans are eagerly awaiting answers. Social media has exploded with speculation and memes about Brady's potential comeback to Miami. Fans are torn between excitement and skepticism. Many envision the nostalgic image of Brady donning Dolphins colors, tossing precision passes alongside Tua, while others question if Brady's body can handle the NFL grind after retirement. Yet, the sheer idea has revived conversations about Miami's future and sparked fresh hope in a fanbase hungry for success. Influencers and former players have weighed in, debating whether this is a genius move or a risky gamble. The narrative around Brady's possible return has already elevated the Dolphins' profile this offseason. Could this be a sign that Miami is finally ready to embrace its ambitions fully, leveraging star power and veteran wisdom simultaneously? The buzz shows no signs of fading anytime soon. Behind the scenes, whispers from agents and team insiders hint that negotiations might already be underway, with contracts tailored to Brady's unique role in Miami. Unlike a typical player deal, the rumored terms could include clauses allowing Brady to transition into coaching or executive roles seamlessly. This blend of playing and mentoring could revolutionize how NFL teams manage aging superstars, providing them avenues to remain integral parts of the organization beyond their peak athletic years. If the Dolphins pull this off, it might inspire other franchises to pursue similar hybrid roles for their legends. The financial and operational details remain under wraps, but the concept alone has sparked interest across league offices. How will this affect the NFL's salary cap and roster management? Miami's front office might be crafting a blueprint for the future of veteran players. Meanwhile, Tua Tagovailoa's camp is reportedly embracing the rumor with cautious optimism. Tua, still relatively young and ambitious, could benefit immensely From Brady's presence, the potential for daily mentorship, film study sessions, and shared leadership responsibilities might accelerate TUA's growth exponentially. Yet, there's also pressure. How will TUA respond to sharing the spotlight with one of the greatest quarterbacks ever? Could this partnership boost his confidence or create added stress? The Dolphins' locker room dynamics will be under scrutiny as teammates adjust to having two highly skilled quarterbacks competing for playing time. It's a delicate balance that requires trust, respect, and a shared vision for team success. The TUA-Brady connection could become a defining storyline for the NFL's next chapter. As the rumor mill churns, NFL experts and former players offer varying takes on the feasibility and impact of Brady's return to Miami. Some praise the idea as a masterstroke that could catapult the Dolphins into championship contention, highlighting Brady's unmatched experience and leadership. Others caution about the risks: Brady's age, the potential disruption of team chemistry, and the challenge of managing the starting caliber quarterbacks. Yet, even skeptics admit the storyline alone has invigorated the league's offseason narrative. The intrigue around this potential reunion raises the stakes. For every game Miami plays next season, fans will be watching closely, hoping to witness a historic partnership unfold. Could Miami's gamble pay off, or will it be remembered as one of the NFL's most fascinating what-ifs? Time will tell, but the excitement is undeniable. Ultimately, the possibility of Tom Brady coming out of retirement to play alongside Tua Tagovailoa in Miami represents more than just a headline. It's a seismic shift in how veteran players might approach the twilight of their careers. The rumor has already reignited passions, inspired debates, and brought a spotlight to the Dolphins like never before. Whether this partnership becomes reality or remains a tantalizing fantasy, it has injected new energy into the NFL landscape. For Miami, it signals ambition, innovation, and a hunger for glory. For fans worldwide, it's a thrilling prospect seeing one of the greatest quarterbacks team up with a young star, blending legacy and potential. As the offseason unfolds, all eyes will remain glued to Miami, waiting to see if this headline turns into history. That's a wrap for today's dive. If you're loving the content, share it with a fellow Dolphins fan, hit subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a splash. Fins up!